Hey there, Gemini. Perfect timing. The clock is 1:54, and 54 is the Page of Swords, which is, for me, very much Gemini, and it's the one of the Magician, which is Gemini. So perfect timing today. And I have a great message for you in my meditation with Sophia just now. It was very cool, very profound, actually. And the message was, she was showing me the profile of the right eye, and then the head was circling away from me to the left and spinning fully around in a circle. And I'm like, okay, so what's that mean? Well, then she presents an S to me. It literally is laying down and it becomes upright as she's showing me the S. And I always use S as code for Sophia. So she literally presents the S to me, which is also the sine wave, as you all know. And what she was telling me is the S or sine wave is not what you think it is. Like the sine wave you'd think is like half in and half out, like the dark cycle and then the light cycle. It's not half in and half out. Remember, the S is actually a spiral, right? So it is the S. All right, so here is the S. The spiral is right here, okay? The S becomes the spiral. And again, the Shoka ray comes up with this too. And you see what happens when you turn left and you go around in a full circle as opposed to going the other way. It makes the energy of the yin-yang symbol. So again, just imagine she's showing me this S, but then lay the S down flat as the head is turning towards the left. So you're at the top of the S, seeing the right eye, and then you're seeing that head turn left around the circle of the S. And then instead of turning back around the other way like the S would go, you are actually turning fully to the left all the way. And as you spin around to the left, you naturally fall into that little cup on the other side of the S. So this was very significant. So allow that to resonate and see what comes up for you regarding that. To remember, the S is actually a spiral. The S is just the spring pulled apart to show you the spiral. So you're actually going around in the same direction over and over again, not one direction and then back the other direction. Instead, think of the other direction as the loop below, like going back a little bit to create the momentum to go forward again. So you're going around the loop, and then again, you go up a little bit more each time, but then you loop back around and then come up, just like going back in the fall and then going through the winter to then gain momentum in the spring to go forward again. So again, the spiral becomes the spring. And we're in the spring, but the literal spring, but they're showing me the symbol as the yin-yang symbol. As this head, you know, and I wouldn't have been able to understand the yin-yang symbol if she just showed me the circle spiral, because that wouldn't have made sense. So she's showing me how the head would turn around the S, because the only way you can turn full circle is to make that shape of the teardrop, which then makes the yin-yang symbol within the circle. So very cool message that came through. And we'll have to see how that expands. But she's showing me, because I'm a feminine, she's showing me to look at the right eye turning left. For the masculine, it's the opposite. It would be the left eye turning right, making that yin-yang symbol. All right, so this month, Gemini, if you've watched Aries and Taurus, you know that I'm doing a different spread this month. Already cleared the cards. All the cards are shuffled, and I will be shuffling a little bit more. But we're doing past, present, and future with the Rider deck here. And then we have the current topic, the general energies for you. The middle line will be the people involved, and then the bottom line will be the past, present, future of the actions for you to take or actions you have taken in the past. I have the past life deck. We're going to pull a card from that to see if there's anything that we need to focus on here for you to clear from wounding. And then we'll pull this, and then I have a different deck for each past, present, and future. So here we go, Gemini. I'm feeling very light for you, which isn't always the usual for Gemini. Gemini has some hard reads sometimes, but I think this one is much lighter and brighter. So let's see what the past life deck has for you, Gemini. as you can see, the male, female, back to back. The energy of aligning the spines. Oh, look, the spouse just fell out, and they were coming up yesterday. Let's see what we can do here. All right, for Gemini, for the best and highest good of all is concerned, any guides, masters, and angels who'd like to come in that high vibe love light, for the best and highest good of all is concerned, are welcome. And this is for Gemini. What messages are coming in for Gemini regarding past life wounding that needs to still clear? All right, we have the Native American. The TP has been coming up for me a lot this week as well. And I always get alfalfa from this. And instead of Spanky and the gang, it was coming up as Sophia and the Sprouts. So a much more natural way of being. Also, the Ben was coming up regarding the TP as well, which is that the pyramidal top. So you can look up Ben online if you want more information on that. And you notice the portal here is like an upside down portal in this TP. So let's see what it looks like the other way. I'm getting the word spray. Let's see what else comes up with that. Let me just sit on that for a second. That's interesting too, because I'm seeing the little notches in the TP over here. And I was watching someone's astrological report yesterday, and they brought up the little timeline ridges there. And I'm also getting like stitches, like a needle and thread there at the bottom. You notice too, when we turn this upside down, it's leading us into the ground. But is it the ground that's above us? It's very interesting the way it's coming up. We'll have to see what else comes up with that. The other card that's coming in here with you is the trees, and that was coming up. You have to check out this card because this was up yesterday. I just pulled some cards for myself yesterday, and this card came up, and this is very similar to a card in the Mary Magdalene deck about the crucifixion, and that's the first thing I thought. But if you look at this card carefully, you literally can see a man's face over here looking at you. This is like the eyes and the nose kind of energy right here. And you see the hairline. This is the hair up here. Can you see his face looking? It's like his eyes are beaming this light out from the trees. So you might want to check that out a little bit. So those energies that I just described are coming up with the Native American here. And for me, this is very much that Christ energy, because as I talk about on my Instagram all the time, that the quote I received from Jesus when we did a meditation under a tree at the bottom of the Cathar's Castle here comes up for me with this card, with the crucifixion, and of course Easter's coming up. But they're connecting the shaman to the Christ energy right here. Now let's see what else is coming up with that. And the alfalfa sprouts. And alfalfa was very different, right, than the other roughhousing boys, right? Alfalfa was the proper one, and he always wanted to make his hair perfect for his lady, right? And he always had a hair sticking up. And there's that energy of your hairs, and I'm getting connection because they want me to describe the hairs, your hairs on your body sticking up, because that's when you're connecting with Source. We have the bottom of the deck is Atlantis for you, so there may be some energies from Atlantis coming up, but look how dirty the water is, and dolphins are more, for me, referencing Lemuria. So it's like bringing Lemuria into this dirty Atlantis water. Very interesting, the emotional waters right there. All right, let me keep this on the side here. So we have the falling of Atlantis here too, and the Lemurians also being affected there. The dolphin energy, right? Kind of the light and the shadow playing off of each other. right? The natives. So there's the Native American. And I was just talking about being in France, not in Israel or any other place, but in the south of France where the Cathars were, in referencing to Jesus here. And then Neil Diamond came up recently too, coming to America. And I'm again getting that Native American energy from him again. And also Neil Diamond represents a proposal, right? A Neil and a diamond. And I'm getting the Mary Magdalene energy of Mary and Jesus, right? And their reference to Lemurian Atlantis. And the arts are coming up. Oh, look. And then ebony and ivory is coming up right there. And we have the mother back here too, and the love life there. The mother and the children. And this can reference to partners or mother and child as well. But we have the piano and the guitar here and the arts of Atlantis here. This is such a 50s energy. And now I'm getting the 60s energy here. And now I'm getting the 7D energy of the dolphins here. Very interesting with the way they're bringing that up. So the 50s, for me, the 50 sometimes translates to 5D. And the 6D and the 7D energies are coming up here. So that's what we're looking toward. And that's in the underlying energy regarding the love life. The lessons and blessings, the love life of the mother, and I'm bringing up Sophia, and the arts, which are very feminine energies here. And then the dirty water that the feminine energy was left in Atlantis, and the masculine energies there, the distorted energies. Very deep here, Gemini. All right, past, present, and future, your current situation, the people involved, and the actions to take. It's at 207, which is the High Priestess and the Chariot. And also the Shokare was coming up, which is the spiral that we were talking about, and the 7. And oh, that's interesting, right? Because 2 on the clock is the sine wave. So you're literally giving me the Shokare as the sine wave, and the 7 key, which is also reference of the gamma wave, even though gamma now is written the other way, 7. It used to be written that way, like a boomerang. Okay, Gemini, for the best and highest good of all is concerned, and the highest love light available here. Sophia, 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 for the best and highest good of all is concerned for Gemini. Gemini, anytime that you come to this video, Gemini. Gemini, best and highest good of all is concerned. Gemini. Gemini. What was I getting? Oh, that was weird. I'm getting like an echo. Gemini, but there's something else that was coming up too. The eye of Horus, the eye of the tiger, the dragon's eye. Oh, and the right eye of the masculine. And the cat's eye, which is the Sirius energy. We're getting, so they're telling me now, we're getting serious now. This is Gemini, and notice Gemini stands on the shoulders of Orion. And I just brought up Alhina too, which makes a diamond out of the winter triangle of Sirius. It's opposite of Sirius. And then being escorted by Procyon and Betelgeuse. And it's the owl that's in there. The owl's wingspan was being represented as Sirius and Alhina, which is a Venusian energy. So let's see here. We have the past first and your current situation. We have the High Priestess, which is at 2. In the present, we have the Strength card. Okay, so you can see the High Priestess, but she is your standard High Priestess right there. And then in the future, your current situation is the 5 of Pentacles, which is the lovers out in the cold. I mean, this can represent being left behind, the unfortunate, the injured, the ill, the exiled, but also represents the lovers who, no matter what they go through together, as long as they have each other, all is well. Okay, and this is the future energy coming up for you. The situation. So then we have your people involved, and the people involved in the past are coming up as the Three of Pentacles, in the present as the Hierophant upright. You have a lot of potent energy upright here. And in the future, the people involved are coming up as the Six of Cups reversed. Okay, very interesting here. Okay, because we have this very similar energy of the children feeling left out in the cold, or the vulnerable and the injured, the ill, the exiled, like I said. And what's coming up here in the past actions that you took, we have the Ace of Pentacles reversed. And in the present, the actions to take, if you haven't taken it already, is the Eight of Cups upright, that walking away within energy. And then in the future, we have the Ten of Cups reversed. Very interesting, which is the end of an emotional cycle that needed to be done. So this is actually a good thing. Okay, and I'm going to put 3 cards here. And then we're going to look at the bottom of the deck here and see what comes up in the underlying energies here. All right, so we have the Seven of Cups on top. And let's go back to Justice. Let's see, there's some kind of disconnect over here or breakup. All right, so somebody confessing or dumping all their burdens, dropping all their responsibilities, to heal their heart, to forgive, to apologize, some kind of disconnect or breakup here. And there is Justice here, which can represent a divorce. That can be a judge, a Libra, right? The scales of balance here. And then we have someone not sleeping and rising above, or awakening and coming out about it. Someone might feel numb, like they're levitating here. And the Knight of Pentacles is very much someone who feels stuck and can't function, isn't able to move, right? He's already the slowest knight. And here there's absolutely no movement, and it's like being petrified. They're very scared, all right? I never usually get that word petrified, but somebody's just petrified, paralyzed by their fears here, but in a practical way. And then we have the Page of Pentacles here too, which is a child in need of help, perhaps with their homework, perhaps a missed opportunity, or needing someone to help them get something new off the ground, whether it's school, whether it's a job, whatever it is. Both of these energies needing help. And there's lots of options here, but this could be like the worst case scenario for some people, right? Because there's too many choices, and not knowing which to pick, it can be very confusing. And there may be some unknown factors here. This can also represent an infection, or, right, the rotten apple that ruins the whole bunch. So that energy is coming up here for you. Let's see how we're going to place this. There's definitely 2 earth sign energies, perhaps children who are needing help. They can be students. They can be opportunities, invitations. But again, prior to all this energy was some kind of disconnect here, or distance between 2 people, or breakup, not seeing eye to eye, arguing, or just can't get on the same page, as we have a page right here. So we're going to start with, this is my Lenormand Reverie and Kipper decks combined, okay? So this is for the past energies. And notice we have the major arcana in your read. We have Pisces, for me that's Virgo, sometimes Aquarius as well. And we have Taurus and Leo, as your major arcana. And all your majors are upright, so there's a lot of positive energy there. We have noticed the religious connotation here too, and a church. So something very religious here, or spiritual, but these could represent traditional religion and alternative religion. This can also represent the nun and the priest, but there is this energy of religious or spiritual energies here, and taming the ego. All right. This could be bad memories from childhood, or children giving you a hard time. This can be the past returning. Again, with the 2 lovers out in the cold, those needing help who may be walking away here. This can be the past returning as well. We'll get to the future though in a minute. So we have the High Priestess as the topic of the past, which could be keeping secrets or other people's secrets, keeping your own secrets, staying quiet, being very devout, religious, psychic, right? Because that can represent any type of religion, really. There's Viking energy in there too. So this could be some Nordic energy, because we do have blue energy there too. So the Pleiadians could be coming up for you in the past. And again, this energy of co-creating, coming together at work, at school, at church, the gym, wherever it may be that you co-create. This could be the architect's office or the hospital as well. And then the action that you may have taken in the past was not making an offer here, right? Because this would be offering a new life, you know, a new beginning of time, money, and energy invested into something. But you decided not to start this new cycle or not to invest in this or give this gift. And this can be magnetizing something else instead of offering it, wanting to practice magnetizing it to yourself instead, or maybe getting someone else, like a child, to learn how to do that, because we have both of these children energies mimicking this Ace of Pentacles over here. We're trying to get your children to do it on their own without your help. Right? Teaching them how to teach themselves not to become overwhelmed with so many choices, or not to just see the negative in this pool of positive things. Don't let one negative thing ruin it for everybody, or ruin the whole project or the idea for you. Don't let one little thing discourage you or overwhelm you and make you paralyzed and not able to make a choice. So there is a big theme here regarding that. Teaching your children how to make choices on their own, and how to see their dreams as not overwhelming, how to see synchronicities and learn how to decipher them. Okay, so let's see what the Lenormand and Kipper deck has for the past here for Gemini. Best and highest good here is the Queen of Pentacles with the staircase. It's like the Y in the road, and the 22 is the Fool and the Fool's journey. So it's like the Queen of Pentacles taking that leap of faith. So there's Aries in there with the Fool, but there's also Earth. And we also have this card coming up with it. So the child energy, the 13, is the Death card of Scorpio in transition. And then we have the Page of Swords, which I brought up in the beginning, which is that Gemini energy over here. So you may be in transition or dealing with your own children, or dealing with a Scorpio and or Aries energy over here too, with the Queen of Pentacles. So we have a child, we have the Queen of Pentacles, which could be you, Gemini, if you have a lot of Earth in your chart or being very grounded right now. But this was the past energies. The bottom of the deck here is courtship with the 4. Like courtship of Eddie's father is coming up. The 4 is the Emperor, but it's also stability and structure of the courtship here. A very standard way of doing things here. And these two cards wanted to come out too. So we have these two with the past, right? A very standard relationship here regarding children or birthing something new. We have the Page of Pentacles and the Page of Swords. We have Scorpio, we have Aries, and there's Libra under here too. And then Pisces or Virgo may be coming up there. Especially Virgo could be the Earth energy that's coming up. There may, there's 2 Earth signs here too. And this can reference school if you're dealing with children over here. The other 2 cards they wanted to come out is the 24 Thief. And again, who's the thief in this picture, right? We have a couple and a child on the street entertaining them. And is the child the thief, or is it one of these two who's looking to take advantage of them? The 24 is the Queen of Wands, which would reference the feminine here, but not necessarily. We have the 1 of Gemini again, the masculine, the magician, and this is that deliverance of self, the 9 of Cups, of self-happiness, of self-love. right? Bringing the message, delivering the message over the rainbow bridge. The Queen of Wands, magician embodiment coming up here too. And again, there's a reference to children again here. Children. This could be a sister as well. Not just a nun, but your actual sister. I'm getting sister in arms. And deliverance is very mercurial. So Virgo and Gemini are both coming up with that. So they're confirming that Virgo is present right there. A Virgo may be a gift to you. Or maybe you have a gift for Virgo. There's also Scorpio and Aries there. There's 2 Aries cards. There's definitely Aries influence here too, which is that one energy, because we're in Aries, which is the first sign of the zodiac. Okay, so we pretty much covered this. There's definitely some energy of needing to get something off the ground, a new cycle. Perhaps it's not quite ready yet. That the I'm getting someone needs to be vetted or prepared. That's not the word I'm thinking of though. You know, when you're, it's kind of like an internship where it's more than just getting someone ready for school, to go back to school. Perhaps they have to take certain classes to get in, or they have to, it's kind of like the alchemist, right? You have to be the initiate first. You have to do certain things in order to get in. This could be someone trying to get into a college program or some kind of technical program, or get a job, like I said, but there's two at the same time. And again, that could be twin energy because you're Gemini. Like 2 trying to seek help at the same time. Could be overwhelming. So if it's overwhelming for them, think how overwhelming it would be for the Queen of Pentacles, who could be the mother of these 2. Right? So there could be a Pisces, Virgo type energy or a sister there dealing with this situation. So let's go to the present moment here, where the situation involves strength or wellness and health, right? Courage. This can be pets as well. And the people involved are a Taurus or the powers that be, the establishment. That can reference the church, any kind of business, the all boys club, as Spanky and the gang came up, the all boys club. Any kind of tradition, guidance, societal norms, right? Those who tell you what's the right thing to do. And again, we have Leo, Taurus, and then walking away from something, right? Walking to that good night, leaving behind all this emotion that you put into something to find the missing piece, that missing piece right here, because we have cups and cups. There's 6 there, but there's 8 here. So we have, remember we had the 2 cups back here? So the 2 of cups plus, I'm sorry, there's 7 cups here and there's 8 cups here. So it's like the 2 of cups was broken up. So only 1 cup came with that to walk away here, walking away from 8. So this person could actually be another cup or water sign energy. So did any water sign? Yeah, Scorpio came up. So that could be Scorpio energy. All right, so let's see what the messages of love have for your present moment here. Being strong, taming the beast, taming your ego, dealing with a pet, or again, someone, they're trying to close their mouth. So this could be someone who talks too much, you know, and they have to be proper or not talk in church. This also could be someone who has to go to the dentist and they don't like to go to the dentist because they're afraid. These could be too afraid to go to the dentist. They're afraid they're going to have lots of cavities. Okay, so there's this fears coming up. And going back to Spanking and the Gang with the teepee and then the sun shining through the tree. Oh, and the tree, the tea tree is coming up too. I've just got some tea tree oil though too. Notice that those are branches taken off of a tree. And then paralleling that to alfalfa's hair. woods springing up. I mean, there could be a sexual reference there too. Camping out under the sun. Right, toilet paper and peace pipes can come up there too with that. But also this could be a space module. And the wood, this is referencing the wood that needs to be burned to get it going. But it's at a head. And this can reference a pimple, an infection again. And in that case, the white teepee would actually be the negative part that you see as the pus, but actually isn't the pus that which protects you from the infection and clears it out. The sun's rays through the trees. Don't be afraid of the eclipse. Allow it to filter through. I'm getting tips as well. All right, so for this present moment for Gemini, for the best and highest good of all that's concerned, and that came right out. For Gemini, acceptance. Everything happens for a reason. Here and now, your true love is already a part of your life. True love, this love is emotional, physical, and unconditional. And you do have support, so lean on your inner circle during this time. That's a beautiful message there. Got a lot of love cards there. The bottom of the deck is retreat. Time alone or nature will help you recharge, as we have all this nature energy up here. Okay, and this could be you retreating into nature to help you recharge. You know, maybe just feeling drained and doing something practical to help yourself recharge. Right, being strong, committing to something, right? This can reference a marriage as well. A marriage, a church, some kind of belief system, a tradition. And again, this energy of walking away from something, right? Not making an offer, or maybe an offer wasn't made to you here, which is why you're walking away. Perhaps not getting support from your children here. And again, we have Leo and Taurus, which are both fixed energies, so very stubborn energies. So you could literally have a Leo and Taurus over here. And here's a judge here. There could be, you know, if you're dealing with a divorce, this could be court regarding the children. I was just getting, will all rise? So everyone has to rise for the court? Or is this someone at home who behaves like the judge and jury? Everyone rise. This also could be like saying the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag at school. And somebody could be seeing things. Somebody could be seeing synchronicities and confused about it. And certainly school is not going to help them understand. But again, that energy of the rotten apple ruining the bunch keeps coming up, right? The infection, the unknown, there's all ways of seeing that. Here and now, your true love is already part of your life. This love is emotional, physical, and unconditional, and lean on your inner circle at this time for support. A lot of childlike energy here in the past. And there's some self-deliverance here, right? Some of the child energy could be coming up from your past, your childhood past. Maybe you had a very religious upbringing, right? And you weren't allowed to, right? Maybe you love to talk, you're Gemini, and you were forbidden from talking in certain environments like school or church, and needing to be strong, but it was taking you away from your authentic self, right? Doing things the way they said, not the way you wanted to be. So it's like taking all of this, even though it may not be completely negative in its own right, because it is upright here, it is not part of your belief system, and this is you walking away from that in the future. And even walking away from children if needed, if they're not supporting you. So let's see what the future cards have for you. And I'm going to read from this deck too. This is the Shaman Dreams. Let's see here. Let's see, Pisces, Taurus, Leo. So we could have Pisces and Taurus and Virgo over here. And we have Pisces and Leo. And like I said, there is Libra back here too. Pisces and Leo could be the current situation that you're dealing with across here. These could be Pisces and Leo. Unless, of course, that's the two earth signs. It can go either way. And don't forget, we have Aries, too. And the Queen of Wands is up over there, too. So Queen of Wands could be Leo or Aries. But there's no other fire out here at all. Right, we have Leo, but there's no fire cards other than that. Just the fire that comes from the Queen of Wands and the Aries energy here. And Scorpio. All right, so for the future here for Gemini, for the best and highest good of all is concerned. Gemini, Gemini, Gemini. What is the situation for the future for you? All right, we have the Seven of the Covenant, the sacred contract, which there's that mercurial energy again too, and I was dealing with this too. It was like a letter coming across, a document, right, or some kind of message. And here's an unwritten contract or a scroll. You know, this could be too something confidential that's been opened. A sacred contract, the Seven is the Chariot. It's also that key and the boomerang energy here. And there's this contract here, an unsaid contract between these two here with the 62, which is the Eight of Swords and the need to release any imprisoning thoughts, the will of the wisp of the treasures that are hidden in the shadows that you've experienced already. The struggles regarding that and the mind, because Gemini is an air sign. And then the Woodwives, which is 64, and the 10 of Swords, which when it's reversed becomes the bliss, ending the pain where the swords all come out. The Woodwives here represent the flexibility of and adaptability of the Woodwives who sprout up around the trunk, which is less flexible, right? The fixed signs of Taurus and Leo here. And the one who's more adaptable, which is you, Gemini, you're mutable, and you have that Swords energy right there. And there's two more cards that want to be seen here. The 56 of the Wall, and this is like inside the trunk of the tree, like a movie theater, right? Where this is all the seats, and then you have the projector coming in there, and there's the hole in the tree, right? Seeing from within the obstacles from inside the wall here, and how we project upon ourselves, you know, the story that we tell ourselves inside the trunk of the tree that may look very different from the outside of the tree. And there's the 56 of the Two of Swords, which is being in your knowing and keeping to yourself, kind of that quiet energy over here, wanting peace of mind. And so not telling your truth. And here's the 10 of the Wheel of Fortune, and then the Deep Diver, diving into a task. So, and for me, the wheel is Libra energy. So again, you have more air energy. As you can see, it's all very blue, except for the Woodwives here, which is grounding it a little bit, which is you. You're coming up as the grounding factor here, as the mutable energy. I'm getting the prison planet, right, of inside the trees and the dark shadows and the secret covenants, the secret contracts, and then deep diving into your wounds, right, into a task is destined here to not be afraid. So there may be a lot of stuff that comes up to clear for you at the eclipses now. And then we had the last card is the 44, which is the perfect storm. And I always see this as the raven, peacock on the eagle's nest here at the eagle's perch. So it's kind of like that ravenous show-off at the eagle's perch with the number 44, which can reference Atlas or Hercules, the Four of Cups, which can be being bored and apathetic, but is really time to ground and integrate the experiences you've had, right? Hanging out at the eagle's nest from high above, looking down at all that is and seeing what you've been through, you know, just time to take a breather there. And the bottom of the deck for this deck is the wailing trees. As we're talking about the tree, you have the tree up here, and then you have the tree right here. We were just talking about inside the tree. So there's outside the tree, and then here's inside the tree. And then here's the eagle's nest, which is made of twigs like that, taken from the tree. Right? But the eagle's nest is separate from the tree, perhaps on a mountaintop. And here's the perspective outside of the tree where the person inside is wailing, wanting to come out. But it looks so perfect and lush, right? In the beautiful oranges of the fall. And reconciliations that need to happen is the underlying energy here. The 59 is the war within, the Five of Swords. And then we have the stranger who's curious about deep diving over here. And it gives me that seal energy. And again, we have the broken seal over here. So the seal can also represent the creature, the seal, and the Knight of Swords. Curious to deep dive into the water here. And again, and then someone else is seeing the perspective from within the family tree. Right, so dealing with the earth and dealing with the water over here. And we have the Knight of Swords and then the Five of Swords, war within. So that could be a masculine energy as well. It can go either way, really. So we have the two here out in the cold, right? Both part of the wailing tree. We have the energy of the eagle, right? Perhaps sitting on top of the tree. And then the one who's struggling within the trunk, right? The main part of the family. Right? Being exiled from within, right? You're not put out of the family, but you're tortured by being kept in the trunk of the tree with this unwritten contract or this broken seal that reveals the treasures hidden within. Even though it was supposed to be a negative experience, it actually brought a lot to the light, showing off your flexibility and the trunk's inflexibility. And again, a new projection of the theater, right? The stories and tales that we tell ourselves from within, and deep diving in order to then take a reprieve as the eagle or the ravenous peacock at the eagle's nest, right? Deep diving and then taking a break to ground and integrate. Okay, so allowing yourself to be out in the cold because you know there's something special to be revealed. The people involved are pages of cups, and today is the page of cups. Today is the 29, which is the Three of Wands, of being present in the moment, the gifts, the now moment. And that can be your own gifts or being gifted. There could be parties going on, kids' parties. But this is the Page of Cups today with the Three of Wands being present. This could be children. You know, we're in Aries right now. So, and we're going to be going into Taurus soon. So there could be energies of kids not getting what they wanted for their birthday, that kind of stuff. But this could be a bad childhood, you know, your own childhood. With this Page of Cups, vulnerability, and I did an Instagram on the Page of Cups today, so you might want to read that. These are the people involved, right? Is this your children, or is this the past returning from your childhood, perhaps childhood friends or sweethearts, or is this your own inner children, your masculine and feminine sides, as we talked about the yin and yang of the right eye turning left. I'm getting turning a, what's the expression? Turning a blind eye. someone's right blind eye. Someone might have vision issues, literally, right? Turning a blind eye to children or to yourself, right? Following the rules of the family and turning a blind eye on yourself, right? Not seeing the truth, and now walking away from all of that past, and again, ending a cycle that should have ended a long time ago. This also could be an unhappy family, but this is the action you're taking, right? Which is ending this cycle, this emotional cycle. This could have been a happy family, or at least looked like the happy family, the sham fam, I call it. This could be that rainbow bridge, but your action to take is to end this cycle. It's no longer serving you. So let's see what's coming up here. The next card is the Six of Pentacles, which is about sharing and being charitable, finding that balance in giving to others and giving to yourself. And here's the Two, which can reference these two people right here, being given to, right? Which side of that coin are you on? And then we have the Chariot, which is a bold move. To move, travel, ascend, take the show on the road, right? This charitable, right? Wanting to do your own thing, not the traditional thing. And then you have the Queen of Pentacles, which can reference you or another earth sign that's very significant here for you. And we have Cancer here too, Cancer and Earth. Okay, so you could be the Queen of Pentacles, or that could be someone that you're dealing with. You're leaving this other energy behind, and any emotional children or your own inner children or childhood stuff, in order to do your own thing and take the show on the road, or just move into this place of full groundedness and just enjoying nature, doing your own thing. And this is really beautiful, actually. You know, this can represent, here's the Queen of Cups with the Two Pentacles kids over here. And is this the flashback to your growing up, right? Or are you dealing with your actual kids now, or the past returning? This can be friendships and soulmates as well, family members, right? That you no longer resonate with. I think it's really beautiful. So we're going to read the first card out, which is this Contracts card, which is number what? Number 7. Okay. And there's that 7 of Chokore too. All right, from the Shaman Dreams, number 7. The Covenant. Okay, commitment, the sacred contract, the greater good. You're being invited now by the universe to enter into a sacred contract. The Covenant card may also be a call to recognize that an ancient agreement you made with Spirit needs to be renewed or canceled and torn up. Is an opportunity showing up right now that is full of promise, but you're unable to sign and seal the deal and commit to it? The reason is that it needs to be elevated to a sacred covenant. The covenant must be founded on the truth, not your truth or his truth or her truth, but a greater truth that takes the destiny of all into account. The covenant is not about your agenda only. Spirit must be invited to come to the table as guarantor of the good faith of all, and to ensure that the direction you're embarking in will be for the greater good. It's important that you understand what you're signing up for. Be sure to read the fine print so as not to commit to something you will soon regret or that will compromise your integrity. Do not hesitate to put all your own cards on the table so that your motives and desires are transparent and nothing is left in the darkness. When shadow elements remain hidden, the covenant breaks down and becomes a contract with an unspoken dark side that is inevitably fulfilled. All right, which is perfect because there was a lot of hidden stuff in the past. And this is you learning to stay on this new trail for you, being fully exposed, or maybe you're witnessing this in somebody else as well. Okay, Gemini, I think that was a great read. It's very powerful. So remember your water, good clean water, plenty of it, your rest, your joy, your nature. It's a beautiful day here today. It's really perfect. And remember to rise and be love. You got this, Gemini. I'll see you next time.